This is Smokin' Dave, and you're listening to a man whose predictions are so good, he might change his name to Mr. Cleo. It's the Kevin Friedman Show.
Hey now, it's Tuesday, May 29th, and another SportsGossip.com podcast is on the air. I'm your host, Kevin Friedman, along with my announcer, Smokin' Dave, and together we will bring you 10 of the hottest stories off the SportsGossip.com website. Dave, start us off with story number 1.
Dan Gilbert says Cavs focused on the now will address LeBron's free agency after the finals.
The NBA Finals are set, and for the 4th year in a row, it's Cavs-Warriors. The Cavs will be heavy underdogs in this Finals as LeBron's supporting cast is weaker than it's ever been, and it's going to take a miracle for him to win this series. I'm predicting Golden State in 5. If LeBron can even get this series to 6 games, I'll be very impressed. And like I said, if he wins it, I won't proclaim him better than Michael Jordan, but I will proclaim this season more impressive than any season MJ ever had. Now, there's no way the Cavs pull this off, so I don't really have to worry about it. But I will say, LeBron has been very impressive in this playoffs. He's playing at an all-time high level, if you ask me. Unfortunately, he just doesn't have the supporting cast to get him past Golden State. That being said, while Dan Gilbert wants to focus on the finals before worrying about LeBron's free agency, the city of Cleveland has him to thank when LeBron leaves after they lose to Golden State this year. Now, I've said it before and I'll say it again. To beat Golden State, you got to have 3 top-level all-stars. If I'm LeBron, I'm going right to Oklahoma City, joining Westbrook, bringing along one other top free agent, and boom, you got a team that definitely can compete with Golden State and would probably be favorites in the Western Conference Finals next year. Cavs fans, you better enjoy these finals, and I can't see how you're going to since you're going to lose in 5 games. But after LeBron leaves, you're not going to be back here for a long, long time. That's a promise. Dave, what's next?
Dana White to meet with Conor McGregor in Las Vegas about next fight.
Following a UFC Fight Night event in England last weekend, UFC President Dana White told press that he plans to meet with Conor McGregor in Vegas sometime soon to discuss the lightweight title fight against Khabib Nurmagomedov. McGregor hasn't fought in the UFC since November 2016, and he is currently facing assault and criminal mischief charges in Brooklyn, stemming from his involvement in attacking the UFC bus back in April. He's got a court date for June 14th. Nurmagomedov was one of the guys inside that bus, and supposedly he and McGregor hate each other. So I definitely want to see this fight, and I hope they work it out soon. Am I going to pay for the fight? No. Am I going to go to my friends and watch for free? Hell yes. Am I a cheapskate? Hell yes.
Speaking of fights, guess who's now ranked number 5 in my naked mud wrestling class on Tuesday nights? Me.
Wow, you moved up to number 5 in the rankings, huh? How many people are in the class?
At the moment, there's 6. I beat Betty the Can last week to move up to number 5.
Betty the Can? How'd she get that nickname?
How do you think? She's only got one boob. Hence, Betty the Can.
Yeah, well, speaking of real fighters, I happened to catch part of the Bellator 200 this weekend, and there is a fighter named Michael Venom Page, who without a doubt put on the most entertaining UFC fight I've ever watched. How this guy is not a superstar, I have no idea. Remember the name, Michael Venom Page, and if you want to watch a great fight, go to YouTube, type in Bellator 200, Michael Venom Page, and remember the name. Dave, what's next?
Don't worry, Patriots fans. Brady is getting ready for the season by throwing passes off yachts in Monaco.
Brady was in Monaco this weekend for the Monaco Grand Prix, and while he did miss the Patriots' OTAs, his arm still looks great, and you can watch a video at sportsgossip.com to prove it. He's on a dock and throws about a 25-yard bullet to race car driver Daniel Ricciardo, who actually makes a fantastic catch. Now, if you notice in this video, every single person is wearing all white. Everyone in the crowd, the reporter, Brady, his wife, the race car driver. Is there some kind of rule you have to wear all white at the Monaco Grand Prix? I'm assuming there is. Anyways, go to sportsgossip.com and you can watch the video yourself. Brady's arm still looks pretty good. Ooh, on the phone I'm told we have Tom Brady's personal stylist, Frandito. Frandito, you there?
Oh, hey, didn't Tom Brady look great in that outfit in Monaco? I dressed him in that all white. I put him in the white pants. I put him in the white shirt. It was gorgeous.
Well, did you dress everybody else there too? How come everybody was in white?
Oh, Kevin Freeman, you gotta get with it, darling. Everybody wears white at the Monaco Grand Prix. Everybody knows that.
I agree. Everybody knows that. Don't you have any class?
I guess not. Tom Brady's stylist, Fernandito, thanks for calling. Dave, what's next?
Rockets fan with the infamous signs took shot at Steph Curry's wife.
Well, we broke this story right here on the SportsGossip.com podcast last week in our exclusive interview with Houston Rockets #1 fan, K. Cody Patel. He ran into Curry's wife before Game 5 and claims Curry's wife was flirting with him. He took a picture with her, blew up that picture into a big sign, and was sitting courtside with it, as he said he would, on my show on Thursday, which you can listen to on the SportsGossip.com podcast page. The sign worked in Game 5 as the Rockets won, but, as you know, they ended up losing this series in 7. You can go to SportsGossip.com to check out all Cody's signs from the series, and he's a season ticket holder, so we'll be looking forward to next year's signs as well. Dave, what's next?
Anthony Rizzo's slide into Pirates catcher called dirty.
Now, I'm a Cubs fan, so obviously I didn't think this was dirty. But if you go to SportsGossip.com, you could watch the video yourself, and I'm pretty sure you won't think it's dirty either. The bases are loaded. It's a ground ball to the shortstop, who throws home. Catcher steps on the plate. Rizzo's coming home, slides, makes contact with the catcher, who ends up throwing the ball into right field. The Cubs got 2 runs out of it. 10 years ago, nobody would even turn their head at this. But these days, baseball players are so soft that the Pirates went crazy. And a bunch of people on Twitter started complaining. I mean, watch the video yourself. Perfectly legal slide. And Rizzo did the right thing. Cubs went on to win 5-0. Pirates stink anyways, so who cares? Alright, that's 5 stories down. We got 5 to go, but we gotta take a break. We'll be back right after this.
Hey there, this is Robert Gutenberger. You may know me as the friend of international movie star Antonio Banderas' second cousin, or you may know me as the Gas Man. If you have terrible gas and you want to hire me to follow you around all day and take the blame for it, then I want to be your gas man. You can contact me at GutenbergerGasman@AOL.com.
And we're back. Dave, give us that next story.
Antonio Brown shoots his shot with Ariana Grande.
The Pittsburgh Steelers receiver, who's married with 5 kids, by the way, found out pop singer Ariana Grande had broken up with her rapper boyfriend Mac Miller, so he went on Instagram to flirt with her and invite her to a game, even going so far as to call her baby. Not sure how his wife and 5 kids feel about this one, but they don't have to worry because she denied him. She also denied Jimmy Butler, who took his shot on Instagram. Rumor has it she's dating SNL guy Pete Davidson, who followed up Brown and Butler's message with a message of his own, which you can go to SportsGossip.com and check out for yourself. Now, I've never heard Ariana Grande sing, but I have seen her pictures, and I know she is very hot, so you can't blame these guys for taking a chance. But if Antonio Brown is married with 5 kids, then what's he thinking?
I sent Ariana a picture of my immaculate butt cheeks on Twitter. I haven't heard back yet.
Yeah, I wouldn't hold your breath, Dave. What's next?
Vegas restaurant trolls Alex Ovechkin with new special.
Ovechkin and the Caps are down 1-0 in the Stanley Cup Final versus the Las Vegas Golden Knights. And one restaurant Ovechkin is not going to want to visit on his off day today is the Beer House restaurant in Vegas, which is offering the Ovechkin special, which is a White Russian with no cup. They've got a huge sign posted outside the restaurant. You can check it out at sportsgossip.com. Game 2 of the Stanley Cup Finals is in Vegas on Wednesday. I see a caller on the line, and I'm assuming he's not too happy about this story. It's the owner of Ivan Babushka's Dining Emporium himself, and everybody's favorite Russian, Ivan Babushka. Ivan, is it safe to assume you're a big Ovechkin fan?
Milosh, Kevin. Alex Ovechkin is the greatest thing to happen to Russia since Yakov Smirnov. Nobody should go to Beer House Restaurant in Las Vegas. You should come to Ivan Babushka's Dining Emporium, where we have Alex Ovechkin Vatruskas.
All right, Ivan, as always, thanks for the call. Dave, what's next?
Umpire catches 91-mile-per-hour fastball with his bicep.
Yes, during the Reds-Rockies game this weekend, umpire Dan Bellino caught Rockies pitcher Mike Dunn's 91-mile-per-hour fastball with his bicep. You can go to sportsgossip.com to watch the video. I've never seen anything like this before. The ruling was it was no pitch and the base runners advanced. If you watch the video, the ball might have hit the catcher's glove first before going into his bicep, but it also might not have. So catching it at 91 miles per hour is pretty impressive.
That's nothing. I once caught a volleyball with my penis.
I'm not even dignifying that statement with a response. What's next?
Ben Simmons deletes all his girlfriend Tanisha's pics off his social media.
The Philadelphia 76ers star is now single again, as he deleted all the pictures off his Instagram of his old girlfriend Tanisha, or Tinashe. I'll be honest, I have no clue how to say her name, don't really care, but you can go to sportsgossip.com to look at pictures of her in a bikini and lingerie. One of our tipsters gave us inside information that this relationship was a setup from the beginning anyways, and that this girl is just looking to get famous, so I'm sure I'll be doing a story soon about her dating some other NBA player. Maybe that time I'll get her name right.
Hey Tinashe, give me a call, baby. I'll make you famous.
Again, Dave, I wouldn't hold your breath. Now give us that final story.
Bryce Harper took out his frustrations on the dugout after striking out.
Harper struck out on his first at-bat against the shitty Miami Marlins Saturday, and when he got back to the dugout, he started slamming his bat against the bench in frustration. And as a baseball fan, I love to see it. And they're playing one of the worst teams in the league, and they won the game, by the way. It's the end of May. The game means pretty much nothing. It's only his first at-bat of the game, and to me, this just shows how much he cares about winning and playing well, which makes me want him on the Cubs next year even more. I mean, there's rumors the Cubs are going after Manny Machado, and while Manny is a great player and he's only 25 years old, the Cubs don't need him. The Cubs have one of the best young infields in baseball history. What they could use is a great outfielder, and Bryce Harper wants to come to the Cubs next year. So the Cubs should save their money, forget about Manny Machado, and just wait for Harper. You add Bryce Harper to this young Cubs team, and they'll pretty much be the favorites to win the World Series for the next 4 years. And that'll wrap things up on the SportsGossip.com podcast. I want to thank my announcers, Smokin' Dave. Thanks to Tom Brady's stylist for calling in. Thanks to Ivan Babushka for calling in. And of course, thank you for listening. As always, for all these stories and much, much more, you can go to SportsGossip.com. Our next podcast is Friday. And until then, we'll see you next time.